Now to the race for the White House. Tense, combative, aggressive. A few words to describe the appearance of former President Trump at the National Association of Black Journalists conference in Chicago today. Mr. Trump took questions from 3 reporters, including ABC's Rachel Scott. He was repeatedly pressed about how he talks about race, and while making a number of false claims and statements, listen to what he said about Vice President Harris.
Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman.
I respect either one. I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you believe that
I think somebody should look into that too when you ask, continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
And our reporter Chantee Lans at the conference for us. And Chantee, you were in the room, and I did note when Trump first entered into the room, you didn't hear a loud applause. He's used to it at his rallies. It was mostly quiet, but then things quickly became heated. What was the reaction in the room to the false claim that Harris suddenly became black for political reasons?
Well, you could hear some of the noises and some of the reaction, surprise, shock from some of those people. But I will say some people cheered when he first entered the room, right? Some did. It wasn't the overwhelming sound that you would hear in that grand ballroom. It was about several hundreds, maybe more than 500 black journalists who are a part of the National Association of Black Journalists. So all black press when he came in. And I would say the mood change. You mentioned that mood shift and it becoming heated. It was okay in the beginning. Rachel Scott with ABC News introduced him and the 2 other journalists who were there. And then it was in her first question that she asked, it seemed normal, and he kind of started sparring with her. And then from there, we just all watched this unfold. We witnessed this. You heard the sound that he said about Kamala Harris, the vice president, and her team actually reaching out today with a statement, reading in part that the hostility Donald Trump showed on stage today is the same hostility he has shown throughout his life, throughout his term in office, and throughout his campaign for president. And just, it's interesting to note as well, President Trump was scheduled to speak here, and Kamala Harris's team was in talks for her to speak here as well, but those plans kind of unraveled, fell through with her campaigning. So they said that they do plan to have a Q&A with her, either live or virtual, just not at the convention, but it will be in September. So it was a very heated, tense moment inside that ballroom.
Okay, Chantee Lans reporting for us there in Chicago. Thank you so much, Chantee. Meanwhile, Mr. Trump also spoke about everything from immigration to the attack on the Capitol. He said he would close the border on day 1 of his presidency and that he would pardon the hundreds of January 6 rioters who were convicted by what he called a, quote, very, very tough system. The former president will be campaigning in Pennsylvania later this evening. Meanwhile, Vice President Harris plans to speak to the Sigma Gamma Rho sorority tonight in Texas.